If you're still counting columns on your fingers just to get a formula to work, you gotta stop. You're wasting your time. VLOOKUP is the most famous function in Excel, but it's also the most fragile. You insert one column, it breaks, you need to look for data to the left, it fails. There's a newer, faster, and much more powerful replacement called the XLOOKUP function. It fixes every single headache VLOOKUP might give you. I work in corporate finance where one broken link can ruin an entire financial model. I switched to XLOOKUP because I couldn't afford to make those mistakes. Today, we're doing a direct face-off. We're gonna cover the three major flaws of VLOOKUP, specifically the left lookup limitation and the column shift error, and show you exactly how XLOOKUP solves them automatically. I've also put together a free practice workbook so you can follow along with me. The link is down below in the description. Open it up and let's go ahead and dive in. First, the biggest annoyance. VLOOKUP has a blind spot. It can only look right. So if your reference column is to the right of your return column or your lookup column, VLOOKUP simply cannot see it. All right, so now that we're in Excel, let's go ahead and use the VLOOKUP to look up the full name of our associates based on their employee ID. So we'll see why this doesn't work real quick. We'll do equals VLOOKUP. We'll press tab. Our lookup value will be our employee ID. We'll press comma. Our table array has to start with our return value in the first column. And you can see that everything that we want to return is on the left-hand side of our employee ID, but VLOOKUPs do not look that way. You'd have to cut column A, paste it over into column F, rearrange your entire table just to use the VLOOKUP. So I followed this and I press comma again. I'll have to change my entire table array, select our data with our employee IDs in our first column, and then press Control Shift and right, press comma again, select 3, and you'll see that we return 60,000, which is the associated salary. So that is one limitation of the VLOOKUP. However, if I use the XLOOKUP function, our lookup value is gonna be employee 1055. I'll press comma. Our lookup array will be right here in column C. I'll press F4 to lock that in. Press comma again, and then our return array will be our full names. We'll press F4 to lock that in, and then we'll press parentheses, and you see that employee 1055 is Mike Ross. Go ahead and drop it low. And you see I get Harvey Specter for employee 1002, but I do not have an employee 9999, and we return an NA. So what I can do with this one is I'll go back into our equation right here. I'll press comma again, and then you'll see it says if not found. So in quotations, I'll say no ID, quotations, and then press enter. And then you see we can have a no ID register if no employee ID was found. And just for fun, I'll go ahead and delete those results. And then let's go ahead and I do say I cut this data. I'm gonna use the VLOOKUP come hell or high water. I paste that in over into column F. All right, so I'm gonna use the equal VLOOKUP. Our lookup value again will be our employee ID in H2, press comma. And then I'll select our table array starting with our employee IDs. I'll press comma, and then we'll select column index number 4 because that is where all of our names now live. Press 4. Now what we're gonna have to do is we're gonna have to select a range lookup, meaning we need either an approximate match or an exact match. For instance, if I press true and I press parentheses, you'll see that 1055 returns Donna Paulison, but we can actually see in our table that her ID is actually 1015, not 1055. So I'll press F2, back that out. We'll go ahead and select exact match right here. Press tab to lock that in, and then in parentheses, close it up. And then you see now we have Mike Ross, and his employee ID is 1055, and that perfectly matches. Bring that down low. You can see that we don't have an employee now 9,999, so we don't have anything there. And again, that's one of the big differences between VLOOKUP and XLOOKUP. It doesn't contain anything that cannot handle non-returnable values, so you'd have to wrap this in an if error function to clean that up. Whereas with the XLOOKUP, you can select if there's an error, you can put in the exact data you want returned. So let's go ahead and compare this side by side to our XLOOKUP. We'll go ahead and press tab to lock that in. We'll select our employee ID right there, press parentheses. We'll select our lookup array right here, press F4 to lock it in, and then our return array, F4 to lock it in. And then if not found in quotations, we'll say no ID once more, close it in parentheses and drop it low. And then you can see that we return almost the same data. So let's go ahead and say that we need to add more data into our table. And I want to add in, let's say, a supervisor column in between salary and full name. I'll go ahead and insert a column, and then our VLOOKUPs just broke. You see that those values turned to 0. because we added another column into our function. So if I press F2, you see that we're still looking at column number 4, which is now blank. However, our VLOOKUP, we're still returning the same values. We do not have any issues there. So XLOOKUP is more durable, it can look in any direction, and it handles errors automatically. It's the fastest way to pull data from one place to another. But here's the problem. XLOOKUP is great at finding the data, but it doesn't clean the data for you. Often when you pull data into your report, it might be formatted wrong, it has extra spaces, or the capitalization might be messy. So if your data is messy, your analysis is going to be worthless. So to fix that, you need to master Excel's data cleaning functions. I've created a full video covering the essential functions you need to clean your data immediately after you use XLOOKUP. Click the video right here to start cleaning your data like a pro, and don't forget to grab the free workbook in the description. I'll see you there.